How to enable flash notifications, which basically will light up your camera flash or perhaps your screen flash for your S24 Ultra. And this is with Android 14 One UI 6.0. To turn on flash notifications, use the quick panel access and go into the settings icon right up here to the top right. So just tap on that once and you'll be taken to this section here. Now go down until you see the accessibility section right here. As you enter here now, you will see all these different options here, and one of them is the advanced settings right there. Now that you're here now for the notifications section, you'll tap on that one time and you can turn on for the camera flash and notifications. So you can turn it on from here and you'll notice it'll say all apps, but if you want, you can tap here, then you can choose for which apps you want it for. So this is to turn on the flash and this is for all the apps. This is the master switch for all the apps. And then you can go down a list of which ones will actually give you that camera flash usage for a new notification, okay, instead of having them all on, okay? Then the same for the screen flash. The screen flash, basically, you can have it set for all apps, and also you can preview it if you want to, just to give you an idea of that there. And then you can go to selected apps. When you do that, you can choose the apps that you want it to do, okay? Also for the camera flash here, if you want to get an idea of how it works, you can press the preview here and it'll flash for you, letting you know of a new notification. You can come back and turn this off if you don't like it in the near future, and you're good to go, okay? How to enable the accessibility menu shortcut or just accessibility shortcut toggles from the navigation bar section or using the volume buttons to access this right here. So I'm basically talking about having this guy here, and when you tap on it, you can get access to these shortcuts. This is the S24 Ultra. Let's get started. To enable this here, you'll use the quick panel access and go to the settings, and from within the main settings of your Samsung phone, you'll want to go down to the part that says accessibility. Okay, so you'll look for that, this right here. And once in this section here now, you will want to go to the advanced settings. As you're here now, you're going to see the accessibility button, okay? So one, you can go here, and in order to activate it, you'll need to select an action. And basically the action is what's going to show up when you have that enabled, okay? And you'll need to select at least one for it to show, okay? So you can have the accessibility menu if you want that. Notice how that appeared here already. And then you can choose some of these here and you can just put how much you want, but just, you know, you don't want it to be that cluttery, right? If that's the right word to use, okay? So when I tap here now, I'll get this set of options here, okay? Now, for some of us, we don't want this here. We want maybe the floating one, which is the one on the side here. Notice when I select that floating option here, I can have these here, and then I can also have the size of them, and then fade when not in use, okay? Now, if you are using the navigation gestures, not the buttons here, you'll back out of here, make sure you're in this view section right here, and then you'll see side and volume up buttons, okay? So you can set these to access these instead, okay? But then you'll just have to come back and remove these here from the navigation buttons instead, and then have them selected with that set. So for example, I'm just gonna go ahead and uncheck all of these here so you can see what I'm talking about, okay? All right, so I'll back out of here now. I'll come out of here, and then I'll come here now, and then I'll select an option here, okay, just to show you. And then of course with the side and volume up button, and I'm going to use it. And then whenever I do that, you'll see the shortcuts show up now, okay? And that's going to happen as accessing the advanced settings accessibility menu shortcut. Okay, that's going to access those here. Okay, so you can come back here now and add some more if you want to, or remove, or whatever it is that you want to do. And of course, if you want to disable it for the side and volume up button, just go ahead and uncheck them, and then it will be set as none. Okay, and you can come back and change these at any given time, like and so. Time to take action settings. So this is a setting that has been ignored many times by many Samsung users, and basically this is the delay time it takes for maybe a new notification to appear on the screen or the volume control. I'll show you how to get there and how it works, okay? So first things first, you'll want to use the quick panel access on your Samsung phone. This is the S24 Ultra, by the way. Android 14, use this here tap right there on the setting icon here. When you tap on that, that's going to take you here. And then I want you to go down to accessibility. You can also type in the words time to take action in the search if you feel like doing that. And once here now, go to advanced settings right there. Then you'll see this section here and you'll see time to take action. Now, when you're here now, basically at default, if I say perhaps bring up my volume, right? The volume control is going to stay there for like 3 seconds long. And same with a notification. If you get a pop-up notification, that's going to stay there for 3 seconds long. Now, if you want that to last a little longer than 3 seconds, you can set it to 10 seconds. And watch now as I press up the volume, you'll see how it takes a lot longer to fade back onto the side, which is now set to 10 seconds. And that's what time to take action basically is, okay? And you wanna keep it to something reasonable. I mean, I don't think you wanna have it there for like a whole 1 minute and 2 minutes, right? And of course, you can come back and change this at any given time based on these settings there, okay? Default, remember, is 3 seconds, like inside. How to enable the assistant menu floating icon shortcut. This is the S24 Ultra with Android 14 and also available for other Samsung phones with Android 14. To enable the assistant menu, use the quick panel access and look for the settings option right up here at the top right. And when you tap on that here, you can type in the search the words assistant menu, and that'll show you the suggestion here, taking you there. If not, you can also go down to where it says accessibility right there. And when you're here now, go to interaction and dexterity right there, okay? So this is if you just feel lazy and you don't want to type, okay? I understand. Then you'll tap on the words here. Don't turn it on from here because you want to go into it and see what's available here for you. So turn that on. Of course, you need to allow it. You'll notice the floating icon as you turn it on for the first time here. Tap on that. That's going to pop up right there. And tapping away would close it out, okay? So to set what's in there, go here. And you'll see these right here, okay? So you can go ahead and kind of like take away something. So the one that's up there is what's there already. And then you can add something else from down here. You can also rearrange the order that they are in the menu itself, okay? And then you can just back out of here. You also got select apps to show contextual menus with these particular apps. So it's gonna just simply apply to what's available for these apps. So you can turn it on. These are all Samsung apps. And then replace a swipe with a single tap. This is kind of different from the menu itself. Respond to alarms, alerts, and incoming calls by tapping instead of swiping. So if you want that, turn that on. And then assistant menu shortcut. So you're wondering, okay, your shortcut is on, but you can also come here now, and this is gonna give you access to the shortcut to enable it from wherever you are. So maybe you don't want this on your screen all the time, but you can have a shortcut here to access it at all the time. So maybe you can have this guy here instead to enable your shortcut. Notice how that disappeared. And it's going to turn on there. And also if you want it to appear in a different way, maybe you're using the navigation gestures, or you just want to use your physical keys to access it here. You can use the side and volume up, or holding down the volume up and down keys for 3 seconds to access it, okay? And you can just choose whichever one you feel comfortable with, okay? And of course, if you don't like it, you can just turn it off. It's up to you, okay? Now you got the size of the icon here, which is this guy here. So small makes it, I'll show you here closely, okay? So you got small, and then medium makes it this big, and then large, okay? And then the transparency, like the visibility of it, okay? So to the right is barely visible, to the left is very visible, okay? And then if you don't want this thing always on your screen, you can have it set to the edge of your display when you're not using it. Look at right there, and then you can just tap on it and it'll open up for you, okay? And then you got these here, these touchpad and cursor options, but that's only if you're using those items. And it's up to you to come here and turn this on and off at any given time, like and so. Here's where you can enable the RAM Plus, which will use your built-in storage as added virtual memory, okay? So you can choose between 2, 4, 6, or 8 gigs when this is enabled. Now, in order to get into these settings here, this is the S24 Ultra. Basically, you can use the quick panel access. Tap on settings here, and you can search it in the search bar here, or go down to the part that has the device care section, okay? So you look for that there. And once in this section here, you're gonna see all these options here, and I want you to go to where it says memory right there. And wait for this to load up, and then once you are in this section here, go down to RAM Plus, okay? And you'll turn it on, and then you can choose how much you want. And at default, it's turned on, and it's gonna be set to 8 gigs. If you don't want it using 8 gigs, you can switch it down to 6, 4, or 2, okay? And you'll need to restart your phone in order for this to change, all right? And it's up to you to make this decision, like and so. How to enable the edge lighting feature, and this is for the S24 Ultra or any of the other Samsung S24 models. Let's do it. You just got your S24 and you're ready to enable this feature here. Go ahead into the quick panel access and look for the little settings icon right up there at the top right. As you tap on that, that'll take you here. And you want to go down to where it says notifications. So tapping on notifications now will take you to this section here, and you're going to see notification pop-up style. As you tap on that once, you'll be taken to this section here. Make sure you select where it says the brief option. You got to be here to get all of this here. Now you'll see edge lighting style. So go here first. And for the S24 models, you're going to get more effects than the other mid-range Samsung phones. Okay, so if you have like the A54, maybe at the time of this video, you got the A35 or the A55, you'll probably just have only 6 effects. You won't have this glitter one, by the way. So you can choose the one that you want. All right, just choose any of these here. And those that are not multicolors will have an option to choose a color. Okay, so for example, like the spotlight one here, you can choose a color for that. You have it set to auto, or you can choose that specific color for yourself. Okay, so it's going to kind of light up there if you can see that. You can go back and choose the effect here. All right, and if I do choose an effect that's not a multicolor, fireworks is always my go-to. That's always a cool one there. All right, and you also got the advanced settings here with the transparency, how wide this thing is going to be, and also how long it takes for it to be displayed. Okay, so if you went with the multicolor one here, you have that one here and have it play for a long time. Okay, just make sure you press done so that gets saved. And then I want you to go back to where it says apps to show as brief. So this is going to allow for the edge lighting to play when you get a new notification. Okay, so this is just for notifications. And if you don't want it for every app on your phone, I will recommend that you turn off right here and then just select it for the apps that you would most likely want the edge lighting for. Okay, because edge lighting, having that on, play for every little notification will actually use your battery life. Okay, so, and you can come out of here now, and there's another cool feature, color by keyword, which I always like to share with you. Basically, if you have a notification coming in, let's say you set that effect to be in a red color, but maybe you have that special someone in your life and you want whenever they message you and their name is in there, or there's a special word in that, could light up to that color. So maybe that person says, I love you, okay? Or just love or whatever, right? So you say that here now, you can add it. And then for the word love, if you tap here now, right there where the color is, you can set it to light up in that. So if that edge lighting effect is only in green, and then whenever that person sends the word love, it's gonna have that edge lighting effect in that color red, okay? So pretty cool. You can create as many words as you want. And finally, if you want this to be shown on your screen off, which is your lock screen mode or state, you can turn it on from here, okay? And that's it. You can come back and change these at any given time, like and so. How to remove location tags on your photos and videos, and also how to turn off the settings so that there won't be any more location tags on your photos and videos. This is the S24 Ultra, and let's get started. So first, to turn this feature off, go to the camera app itself and then go to the settings here, okay? Once in this part here now, you will go down and keep going down until you see the general section. So you'll see location tags, make sure it's turned off, okay? So if it's on, that's gonna give you location tags. And if it's like this here, that means it's off. So every photo you take and every video you record will not have your location tags on it, okay? When you have it off, okay? So go ahead and do that if you don't want that there, okay? Now, the next thing you need to do is backtrack the photos and videos that you have on your phone that you might have taken with your Samsung camera, and you will need to go into it and remove them, okay? So in order to do this here, go into the Gallery app, which is your Samsung Gallery app itself, and then come here now, then you'll look for those photos that you think that had them, okay? And you'll just have to do them manually. So once you are in this view mode here, right, go ahead and swipe up, okay? So you just swipe up like this here, and I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna hide my location, okay? Because I don't want you guys seeing that. But when you swipe up, this is gonna happen, okay? You'll see like when it was taken, the phone, and the location is gonna be right there, okay? So what you're gonna do now is press edit. You see this right here, edit? Go ahead and tap on that. And when you do that, you'll be taken to this part here. So you'll go ahead and tap on the minus where your location is, tap on that. Make sure you tap on it, okay? And then it'll say no location information. And then be sure to press save. Now, when you press save, just wait for it to completely disappear. So I'll press save now. And then when you come back to the photo, you'll notice that there is no location there. Okay, so you have to do this for every photo and video that you already did in the past to remove the location tags. Okay, so if this guide helped you out, like and sub. How to enable voice commands for your S24 Ultra, and this feature is limited to just certain Samsung phones, not all the Samsung phones, and the S24 Ultra is one of them, okay? So voice commands basically is a camera setting that when you speak to it, such as words like cheese, capture, shoot, smile, or even record videos to start recording a video, then you wanna go ahead now and show you where to go to turn this on. Okay, so from the beginning here, you'll go to your camera app, which is your Samsung camera app here. And once in this section here now, at the top section, you'll see your settings icon here. Go ahead and tap on that once, and you'll be taken to the camera settings itself. Then go down until you see shooting methods, this right here, okay? And now that you're here, you will see voice commands, okay? So you make sure this is turned on. And at first, it's gonna be kind of a hit and miss, and I think it's gonna take a certain few tries so that your camera can pick it up eventually. But once you get the hang of it here, I'm gonna go ahead and now just say, I'll just say cheese. And you'll know when it's working when you see that little voice reading thing right here. Okay, so here we go, shoot. All right, and it took the photos here, and you can see that the photos has been taken, okay? And then of course, I think if you say record video, I think you have to be in the video mode for that to work. Okay, here we go. Record video. There you go. Okay, so that's gonna be awesome, right? So of course, once you got it all set, ready to go, like and sub. Thanks for watching. Here's a really cool feature known as allow multiple S Pens to be used on your S24 Ultra. Now, if you have an S23 Ultra and an S22 Ultra, this feature is also available on both One UI 5 or 6. I'll show you now where to go to enable this here, and I'll actually give you an example of how it works. In order to turn this on, first things first, you can use the quick panel access, go into the settings here, then in the search right there, tap on it one time, and you're gonna type in the words allow multiple, and you'll see the suggestion, S Pens, okay? You're gonna look for this right here, okay? You can tap on it one time, and it's gonna show you where to go next and turn it on from here. Now, basically with this feature enabled, okay, you have your S Pen here on your S24 Ultra, right? Here I have an S23 Ultra. I'm gonna use the pen for my S23 Ultra, and I'm gonna use that to navigate on my S24 Ultra. Okay, and you know the S24 with these sides here, okay? So there you go. This is it, guys. You can use another pen and also have your Ultra in there, okay? So this is gonna be very useful. And of course, if you don't like it, you can come back and turn it off, like it's up. Here are some interesting battery protection settings, and some of these are new. This is the S24 Ultra with Android 14 One UI 6.0. When you're ready to find this setting and change it, you'll use a quick panel access. Tap on the settings icon right up there, this guy right here. Wait, right there. And once you're here now, you'll tap on the search bar here to type in the words battery protection. Go ahead and type that in. That's the fastest way to these settings. And you'll tap on it one time when you see it, and it'll take you right here. Of course, you will need to turn it on to get access to these here. So if it's off, then none of these changes will take effect. But if you turn it on, it'll take effect. So you got the basic, which is one of the new ones here. When your battery is charged at 100%, charging will stop until battery level drops down to 95%. Okay, so what this means is if you're charging your phone, it reaches 100% and you still have it charging. Your charging will stop, and then the battery percentage will just go down, use up the battery percentage or battery life. And when it reaches 95%, then the charging is going to start again. Okay, so that's kind of prevented from like charging every time it loses 1%, which is going to save your battery life, okay, or the overall lifespan of your battery. Okay, then you got the adaptive one here, which will go based on like your usage, like your daily usage, and it will adjust to the patterns of your charging. So you want to keep that on, keep the location on, and then you want to keep this mode on for a while until it starts to adapt to it. Then you got the safest one here, which is to set it to charge up to 80%. Okay, so if you're not a heavy user and you know you just need at least 50% to get through the day, then you want to set it to 80% so that if you reach home from work, you put your phone to charge, you're about to go to sleep, and your phone is like maybe 10 or 20%, it's going to reach up to 80% and it's going to stay there. And and stay at 80%, okay, when it's fully charged, okay? So the next day you get up, you're gonna have 80% on your phone only, and you know yourself, you're not gonna use no more than 50%, okay? And of course, you can come back and change these at any given time, like and sub.